Well, good afternoon, everybody, and welcome on board Skanska Flight 01. I'm your captain, Oliver. And I wanted to kind of give you guys a different perspective for the third quarter newsletter. And as you can kind of tell, this is a lot different than a job site or in the office. The main reason I am up here is to kind of highlight some of the innovation and technology in aviation and tie that back to construction. One of the things I constantly see and hear about within our industry is what is the next greatest thing, or what's the latest in innovation that our teams are doing? What can we start to sell? And that's not necessarily the right messaging, because it doesn't mean that we're innovative if we use the latest and greatest. And this is a perfect example here in the cockpit or in the flight deck. What you're looking at are two glass screens, which is known as a glass cockpit, and this provides me all my telemetrics and everything else that I need to do to fly this plane. But down on the bottom, you'll see some old school steam gauges. We have our airspeed, we have our attitude, and we have altitude here. And that information is still being displayed on the new instrumentation, but it is also serving as a backup and also a way for me to be able to quickly gauge at this without having to look at screens and hunt and peck sometimes. I wanted to kind of highlight that innovation isn't always the latest and greatest. It can be a combination of new school and old school technology. So take that back to your trailers and job sites, and when you start mission or operational planning, ways to be innovative.
Pretty neat video, right guys? So in commemoration of the 50th anniversary of the Apollo 11 landings, I wanted to kind of tie the history of aviation with this video as well. So, stealing with a little bit of pride here, I took from Stu Graham's 3 Deadly Sins, and within our strategy planning session for 2019 into 2020, the Southeast team kind of took those 3 sins and massaged them a little bit for our strategy plan on adoption of technology and innovation. So the first is finding the right opportunity. A lot of people tend to think we have to use the latest and greatest or the most upscale technology to be considered innovative. And that's not necessarily the case. Innovation is about people. It's about using the tools and the hardware and the software and the processes in place to create new ones, right? To provide a solution. So finding the right opportunity means also getting us engaged very early on, whether it's myself, your innovation and BDC managers, specialist engineers. But getting us engaged early on allows us to read through that RFP and look for opportunities that may not be spelled out in black and white. So traditionally you'll see standard BIM language. Let's look beyond standard BIM language and excel at innovating in different ways. This allows us to get other resources involved, like Mike Zeppieri and Danielle O'Connell, a part of our services team, into the mix as well. The second is the right people. So tying into our services group, you also have to have the right people on your team to be able to push the agenda forward or provide the solution. That doesn't mean it's going to be me or any of our innovation and BDC managers. It's a combination of folks, right? It's a collaborative effort. It's third-party vendors. It's folks internal to Skanska as well, whether it's in project planning or our marketing groups, for example, where we're collaborating with Najee Rajali, Kelsey Stein, and myself to create a deliverable package for our pursuit plans. So having the right people on the job is essential to pushing innovation and technology across the finish line. The third is having the right resources. Kind of a vague umbrella, but the right resources doesn't just mean hardware and software or people. It means also training and education. So working with our training group, we want to make sure that our teams are well equipped out in the field, because we want to have the technology in the hands of those out there, with our superintendents, our project engineers, etc. So we have devised a plan to the Southeast where we are training individuals in some of the basics to intermediate level type workflows and tasks related to laser scanning, 360 cameras, drones, and other types of hardware devices to get folks up to speed to be able to support themselves with minimal oversight from our group. Again, what we're looking for is, getting that technology out in the field into the folks' hands that are going to actually use the data. So with that, again, it's the right opportunity, the right people, and the right resources. Again, thank you guys for your support over the last couple months, if not the last couple years, and I look forward to the next quarter. So thank you guys again, and have a good one.